All right, let's talk about something I think a lot of us have felt. Have you ever just had this feeling that people don't quite get you? Well, today we're going to dive into what psychology says might be the real reason you feel so misunderstood. And, spoiler alert, it's probably not what you think.
I mean, really think about it. Ever been in a conversation that just feels draining? Or you're stuck in small talk that feels completely and utterly pointless? It's a really common experience, but man, it can also feel incredibly isolating.
And here's the thing, you might worry that maybe you're coming off as arrogant or stuck up, but psychology actually has a totally different take on this. Those feelings, they could very well be a sign that your brain is just wired a little differently, that you're operating on a whole other intellectual wavelength.
So let's really dig into this. We're going to look at the specific psychological traits that can make a really sharp mind feel so different and, yeah, often pretty misunderstood.
Okay, so we've broken this all down into 8 really clear signs that your mind might just be wired in this unique way. So let's jump right in.
All right, we're going to tackle the first 4 signs to start. Each one of these reveals a pretty unique part of what makes up a deeply analytical mind.
First on the list, overthinking. But hold on, we're not talking about just anxious worrying here. This is something else entirely. It's when your brain is like a supercomputer, constantly connecting everything. The technical term for it is hyperconnectivity. You don't just see the little details. You have this deep-seated need to understand how all the pieces fit together to form the big picture.
So what is hyperconnectivity, really? Well, think of it like this. It's a state where your brain just refuses to switch off. It has to dig deeper and deeper because it absolutely craves real depth. It just can't stand those simple surface-level answers. It's a relentless hunt for understanding.
Okay, let's move on to sign number 2. You're a pattern-spotting machine. So in a conversation, while most people are just hearing the words being spoken, you're picking up on everything else. The subtle shift in tone, the body language, the motivations hiding just beneath the surface. You're not just hearing what's being said, you're hearing why.
And this is a perfect example of high emotional intelligence. It's that uncanny ability to read between the lines and catch all the tiny things most people just don't notice. But, seeing that hidden layer of communication can also be kind of lonely when it feels like you're the only one who sees it. Sign number 3, you genuinely love being alone. Now, this gets mistaken for being antisocial all the time, right? But the real reason is often something else entirely. For someone with a highly active mind, your own inner world is just so rich and stimulating that sometimes socializing feels, like an interruption. Solitude isn't about running away from people, it's about running towards your own thoughts to recharge.
And that brings us to sign number 4. You question everything, especially norms and traditions. You're that person who hears, that's just how we've always done it, and you just can't accept that as a good enough reason. And look, this isn't just about being a rebel. It comes from a real, genuine drive to understand why things are the way they are, and more importantly, to figure out how to make them better.
Okay, that's the first half down. Let's get into the next 4 signs and keep building this picture of the misunderstood thinker. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, sign number 5, that constant, nagging search for depth. You're the one who wants to talk about the big stuff. Big ideas, the universe, why people are the way they are, the future. But so often, conversations just stay in the shallow end. And that mismatch, that gap in curiosity, it can leave you feeling bored, totally disconnected, and really misunderstood.
Next up, sign number 6, you think before you speak. And I mean, you really think. While other people just seem to talk without a filter, your mind is running 1,000 simulations a second, analyzing every possible outcome of what you're about to say. People might see that pause and think you're shy or maybe even arrogant, but what's really going on is that you're choosing your words with incredible care and precision. All right, sign number 7. Now, this one might sound like a bad thing at first, but stick with me. You are your own harshest critic. But this isn't about low self-esteem. It's actually a sign of a kind of superpower called metacognition. It's the ability to look at yourself and see your own flaws with almost painful clarity. So what in the world is metacognition? Simply put, it's thinking about your own thinking. It's like having a bird's eye view of your own mind. Now, that level of self-awareness can sometimes make it tough to feel confident. But here's the flip side. It's the exact same engine that fuels all of your personal growth.
And finally, our 8th and final sign. You value truth more than you value being popular. You would rather be real and authentic, even if it's not what people want to hear, than be liked for being fake. And let's be honest, that deep commitment to truth, it can definitely make other people feel a little uncomfortable sometimes.
So we've gone through all 8 signs. What's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean? Well, it really comes down to one thing: recognizing and learning to embrace your own depth.
So, let's just do a super quick recap. You don't just overthink, you overthink with purpose. You don't just listen, you see the hidden patterns. You don't just like being alone, you thrive in it. You question things not to be difficult, but to make them better. You crave depth, you speak with intention, you're incredibly self-aware, and you put truth before popularity. If any of this, or maybe all of this, is ringing a bell for you, I want you to really hear this. You're not too much. You aren't being difficult or arrogant. You just think deeper than most people do. And that's a rare and valuable thing. It's something you should absolutely protect.
So I want to leave you with one final thought. If these signs really did hit home for you, then the question isn't, am I different? The real question is, how can I learn to embrace this way of thinking and use it to my advantage?